Okay, so I have here a wireless backup camera for your car. I'm gonna go ahead and open the box, and we're gonna take a look at it, and then after we get it all unpacked and figure out how to do it, we're gonna go out and install it on my truck. So let's see what we got. Okay, so here is the screen. Here is the camera. And then here's a mount for the screen. And then some other mounts, depending on how you're going to end up mounting it. And then here is power cables and installation pieces, some wire clips, a whole bunch of accessories in there. And then here is the instructions. Okay, so they give you 3 power cords, one that has a cigarette lighter adapter on it, and then 2 that are just terminated with bare wires, so you can do those hardwired for both the camera and the screen if you so choose. And then right here there is the antennas for the camera and the screen, and then some mounting screws, some wire clips, and then some thumb screws. And then right here are some screws that are going to be to tighten the camera down so that it won't turn once you get it positioned. Okay, so just doing a quick test to make sure things work. I've got the 2 power cords plugged into the splicer right here, and then the splicer is plugged into the cigarette lighter. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on the cigarette lighter, and you can see it is working perfect right out of the box. Okay, so I'm just going to be attaching this to the windshield, so I went ahead and put the windshield mount on. And before I put it up there, I'm going to put the sunscreen on as well. It just pushes in, except I gotta slip these pieces on first, like that, and then it just pushes in like that. And then I've already cleaned my windshield off with just a wet rag, and I'm just gonna kind of guess here a little bit what angle I'm gonna want it at. So, and then push the lever, and you can see how easy that was to attach to the windshield. Okay, until I get everything fully installed where I'm gonna want it, I'm just gonna temporarily plug in the monitor to the cigarette lighter. Once I figure out exactly where things are gonna be, I'll run this cord as best I can out of the way and out of sight, so you're not gonna see it. But I'm not gonna do that right at this moment, I'll do that later. So for now, that's all we're doing for that. So the monitor is installed and ready to go. Okay, so the antennas I also twisted on. There's 2 on the monitor and then 1 on the camera, and they just twist on with your fingers until they're tight. Okay, so I did some looking, and from what I can tell, the best spot to mount my camera is going to be using part of the license plate screw. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. Right there. Okay, so I got this attached, and I ran the cord going down the bottom for now, and I will tap it into the electrical system on the back side on the bottom, and then it'll be a matter of a little bit of finalizing work, and then we'll be able to use it. Okay, so I got the camera all mounted and hooked up, and I've got the screen mounted. So it's just a matter of setting up the menu and we're good to go. Okay, so some of the menu system here, you just push the M to go into the menu, and first thing is for pairing. If you add additional cameras or if your camera becomes unpaired for some reason. And then picture setup, so brightness, contrast, hue, and volume. Then the next one is the flipping and mirroring. So you can see if you mounted it upside down or if you want it mirrored versus not, you can change that setting here so that the picture is the way you want it to be. The next one is split screen mode. If you have additional cameras attached, then you can do split screen, or you can do scanning as well. In here, this is where you turn on or off the different channels for the other cameras, and then have it scan through them if you want to. Then system settings is going to be format, the parking lines on or off, dimming, language, time, that kind of stuff. And then for if you're recording, you can come in here for playing stuff back. I do not have an SD card in, so that's going to be empty. And then recording settings here if you want to record. And then back out of the menu, you can see the parking lines are on to help guide you for backing into parking stalls and backing up to trailers and stuff like that. So it is all set up and ready to use. So the screen does have the capability to record. So you can see there's settings for recording and settings for playing back. In order to use the recording feature, you need to install an SD card, which is done. You have to remove a little screw on the back and then slip the SD card in and then screw it back on. And then once you have that done, then you can have it auto record anytime the camera is on and the screen is on, so that if something happens, then you have it on video, saved on a file. And I believe it is 128 gigabyte maximum size for the SD card. And then that's a really nice handy feature if you want to be able to do that. Okay, so this camera, backup camera, was easy to install. It's a really handy feature for somebody with a truck that likes to have trailers. With this kind of system, you don't need to have somebody guide you in to attach a trailer, which is really nice. Or if you want to have a camera on the back of the trailer as well, this would be handy for that. So if you, with the trailer attached, you can't see behind you, so you could attach the camera on the back of the trailer so you could still see behind you. Has a lot of really nice handy features. It was really convenient and easy. I'd highly recommend it.